So I don't know if you've ever heard of the hero's journey, which is the story, the archetypal story arc of pretty much every blockbuster movie, all the books that have been written throughout history. And there's a book of a hero with 1,000 faces. It's basically the same story told in different ways. And the story starts with the status quo. This is where we are right now. And then we have a hero which has the call to adventure. They get this kick up the backside or something happens. And then just before they leave for the special world, they either have most commonly a guide or mentor or a sage or somebody that imparts some wisdom to them, or they get a trinket or whatever, which helps them in the way. And then they go into the special world. I mean, if you think of Star Wars, you've got Yoda. If you think of Harry Potter, you've got Dumbledore. If you think of the Marvel Universe, you've got the Ancient. All these people who act in these huge stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I would argue that entrepreneurship is that special world. That's where we go into. And as the next generation, we grow up in this, and then we have this call to adventure. And then we start to go into entrepreneurial world. When we come back out the other side, though, the problem that current generation entrepreneurs have is they still think themselves the hero of that story. And what I want to challenge current generation entrepreneurs to change their mindset to be that they're not the hero of their own story. They need to become the mentor of the next generation's hero story. That's where a lot of the time the current generation can't let go. They still see they're the hero of their story, but they're not. They still have another story. They still have a complete life to live. I'm not saying that they're washed up and finished, but there comes a point when the hero of that story needs to become the mentor of the next hero's journey. There's 4 things that I think can happen to a company when the current generation decides that they've had enough of it. There's either one is stop. If they die or they decide then I'm not doing anything else, the company just stops. The second is sell. Plenty of private services company that can be able to help you to sell and maximize that. The third is survive, which is where they just put somebody in place to see things through, not rock the boat. My issue with that is usually that's just a prolonged stop and a very painful stop because the market will overrun you and competitors will overrun you. What I'm interested in is scale, helping the next generation to scale through the generations to be able to build a business on top of each other. That's where the killer family business thing comes in. I want to help people to be able to help the next generation to scale the business through their hard work.